Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another pregnancy update video. For those of you who are new here, I am currently 20 weeks and 5 days pregnant, I think. Before I get too far ahead of myself, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to my channel so you keep up to date with everything happening on my channel. This is something that's not currently going on, but it's something that I'm still working to fix. As soon as it happened, I was very embarrassed because this happened in my first trimester. And I wanted to post it like right after then, so it was like fresh, the emotions were fresh, but I was just like, this is really embarrassing. Basically, it felt like my vajayjay, my hoo-ha was falling out. That is just so weird to say. And I just, for my second pregnancy, I started showing a lot sooner. Apparently that's like common for you when you're pregnant again, your body just knows what to do, so it just kicks in. That was the case for me. So my stomach was already pretty big. So I was sitting like in a kind of like a mini sumo squat type position, like on the toilet. Sorry, this is so TMI. For whatever reason, I just happened to look down and I was just like, what is that coming out of me? What is that pink thing? We have a water closet in our bathroom and you can see from the bathroom straight into our bedroom. So my husband was sitting on a bed and I was like, babe, I think my vagina's falling out. And he's like, is it the baby? And I was like, no, it can't be the baby. Like, I'm like 3 months pregnant. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, well, something pink, like this big, like like 2 inches or whatever it is sticking out of me. And I can see it, like I can touch it. Like, I don't understand like what is coming out of me. So I called our OBGYN at the hospital and I told them I left a message and then they called back and I told them what was going on. But in that time period of like them calling me back, which is like 2 or 3 minutes, I had plenty of time to Google my symptoms. So I Googled my symptoms and basically I typed in, my vagina is falling out. It said that I had vaginal prolapse or vaginal wall prolapse or something like that. It's not uncommon, it's not unheard of, but I guess it's not something that happens to every single woman. What that prolapse means is that your wall that holds all of your organs, like reproductive organs in, like I'm like going like this, like in your body, like up there, has loosened or it's weakened. That's more common in women when it's their second pregnancy and they had a successful vaginal birth. I had a great birth and she was born vaginally, like 4 pushes. She was born super quick, like very easy birth. But I did tear. They put in however many stitches they put in. It felt like they were there for like an hour and a half. 2 days later, the stitches came out. And I wasn't even doing anything like serious. All I did was like, I was bending down and I wasn't even like in like a squat position. I was actually like kneeling. For whatever reason, I felt them come out. That I think was the most painful experience I've ever had with going to the bathroom when those stitches came out. My only option was to go back into the hospital, to go back into surgery. And to this day, I don't regret it, even though like that pain, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. And it lasted like a month because my body had to naturally heal itself from the stitches and the open wounds I had, and they weren't healing as quickly as they could have because when I was going to the bathroom, like, you know, urination was getting into my open wounds. Because I didn't heal correctly, my wall, that wasn't substantially corrected. Now that I'm pregnant again and the baby is growing and whatnot, it's basically a baby is pushing down and my body is like making way for the baby. So everything is being pushed down and it was pushing out some of my organs. There's gotta be other women out there who have experienced this because when I Googled it, it came up kind of immediately that this is something that has happened. And it also of course mentioned Kegels because I guess this can happen in general, like as you age and especially when you get older and whatnot, since things like loosen anyway by nature. And I was like, okay, well I definitely don't do Kegels. Like I do them like twice a year, like when I remember. So I started doing Kegels a lot, like since then. And this was back when I was like 3 months pregnant, so it hasn't really happened. I can feel it like trying to come out, especially because the baby's getting much bigger, but I think Kegels have really helped. So because I haven't noticed it, but of course I can't see over my stomach now at this point either. I posted on Reddit and like nobody really responded to my post like at all. So I ended up deleting it. I was like, okay, maybe I am the only other person. So, which is really interesting now that I'm saying that out loud because I'm posting this to YouTube. So we'll see how long this video lasts on YouTube. This is something I feel like people don't talk about when like you're pregnant. Like I would have never known that this is something that could happen, that your internal organs could start peeking out of like your vaginal opening. And when I talked to the hospital, like my OBGYN, oh, it's not unheard of. I'm like, well, what pamphlet was this in? What book was this in? So I could have known how important Kegels are. Like I didn't know that I needed to do this so this wouldn't happen. I wanted to put it out there and talk to you guys about it. If you guys have some crazy stories or like some interesting stories about like, you know, what you've experienced like being pregnant, leave that down below and in the comment section. And otherwise, I will talk to you guys in the next video. So bye, thanks for watching.